They said a job would fix everything. I believed that. I believed that if I showed up every day, worked hard, kept my head down, things would take care of themselves. What they never mentioned was this: that stability doesn't mean protection, that decades can pass quietly, without warning, that you can do everything right. I'm 81 years old, and I need to tell you something uncomfortable. I worked for more than 50 years, same profession, same routine, same promise. If you stay steady, you'll be okay. People respected my job. My children were proud of it. When someone asked what I did for a living, their tone changed. Just slightly, in a good way. From the outside, my life looked calm, predictable, responsible. But now, at 81, I stand in grocery store aisles, counting prices in my head, re-adding numbers I already added once, wondering how a lifetime of doing everything right still led here. This isn't a story about failure. It's a story about drift. And drift doesn't announce itself. It lets you feel safe while it quietly takes everything. I was born into a world that believed deeply in rules. Work hard, stay loyal, don't take unnecessary risks. That was wisdom back then. I followed it, without questioning it. I became an architect, not famous, not wealthy, but respectable. I designed homes for families who dreamed out loud, families who talked about futures, vacations, upgrades, while I focused on being careful. My first real paycheck felt like proof that I was doing life correctly, proof that the system worked. I married young. We talked about stability more than happiness, not because we were unhappy, but because stability felt like happiness back then. Children came, bills came, responsibilities stacked quietly on top of each other. Every month followed the same rhythm. Paycheck arrived, bills went out. Whatever was left stayed where it landed. Some years were tighter, some were easier, but nothing ever felt urgent. And that's the part nobody warned you about. When nothing feels wrong, you stop asking questions. The moment everything changed didn't come with drama. No warning, no collapse, no sound loud enough to remember. My wife got sick. At first, we treated it like a temporary disruption. Doctor visits, prescriptions, paperwork. I told myself this was exactly what savings were for. Small withdrawals, careful withdrawals, withdrawals with confidence. But some day kept arriving early. Insurance helped, then it didn't. Then it helped again, but not enough. I started checking balances more often, not in panic, in curiosity. Then my wife passed, and the silence after that is hard to describe unless you've lived inside it. No one prepares you for how fast numbers fall when income stops and life doesn't. The house went first, not because I wanted to sell it, but because I had to. Accounts followed. I spent my life designing homes for other people and couldn't afford to stay in my own. That's when regret stops being theoretical. It settles into your chest. It wakes up with you. It follows you into quiet rooms. I need you to stay with me now. Not because this gets darker, but because this is the moment I wish someone had stopped me. Up until now, this has sounded like a sad ending. It's not. It's a warning that arrives early enough for you and too late for me. Because what I learned next is what separates people who recover from people who quietly disappear. People call it an emergency fund. That name is misleading. It makes you think it's for rare disasters. It's not. It's for life behaving normally. Illness, time off, rising costs, helping family. One bad year that isn't dramatic, just heavy. I didn't lose everything because of one catastrophe. I lost it because I had no space. No space between income and expenses. No space between plans and reality. No space between stress and panic. Every dollar I earned already had a job. So when life asked for one more, there was nowhere to take it from. Here's the truth I learned too late. Money without margin turns normal life into an emergency. That buffer isn't about wealth. It's about time. Time to think. Time to choose. Time to say no without fear. Without it, every decision feels urgent, and urgent decisions are rarely good ones. And this is the part people misunderstand. I didn't fail because I didn't earn enough. I failed because I never built space. This is the lesson that would have changed everything. Not investing tricks, not side hustles, not bigger paychecks. A habit. A small, boring habit that compounds quietly for decades. Every time money came in, I asked one question. What needs to be paid? I never asked, what does my future need first? So my future only received leftovers. And leftovers don't build security. Here's what calm people do differently. They decide before the money arrives where a small piece of it goes. Not someday. Not when things improve. Not when life slows down. First. Even when it's uncomfortable. Even when it feels pointless. Even when it's small. Because consistency beats intensity. I waited to feel ready. Ready never comes. If you remember nothing else from this story, remember this. I didn't lose my future all at once. I gave it away quietly, month after month, by letting today consume everything. This is the lesson I think about every morning now. And if you adopt only one thing, make it this. Before you check your phone, before the news, before the stress, ask yourself one question. What am I doing today that protects tomorrow? Not improves, not maximizes, protects. It might be checking one number, moving a small amount, saying no to one unnecessary expense, pausing before a purchase. Small actions, daily. Because money isn't built in breakthroughs. It's built in awareness. I didn't lack discipline. I lacked a daily pause. And without that pause, life will always spend your money for you. If you think the story is about an old man, you're wrong. It's about what happens when life asks a question your money was never prepared to answer. And it always asks. The only question is, will you notice early or understand late.